Don't know how people do these like Apple Pencil flip things, but anyways, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this video, #1 best sales advice to SMA owners. Now, my name is Iman Gadzhi and I'm actually coming up to my 4th anniversary. I don't know if I'll celebrate with myself. How would you even celebrate an anniversary of signing your first client? Maybe I take my first ever client out to dinner, something like that. But anyways, I am coming up to my 4th anniversary of signing my first SMA client. And along that time, I built the largest education company on earth for agency owners, specifically GrowYourAgency.com. So I've personally made a lot of sales mistakes and I've seen my community and my thousands of students also make mistakes. At the end of the day, it's all part of the process. So in today's video, I want to share the #1 best sales advice for SMA owners. Now I'm going to start off this video by saying something that a lot of people might not agree with, but through hundreds and hundreds of sales calls and meetings and observing thousands and thousands of my students, which is when you sign a client, your sales skills only makes up 1/3 of the contribution of that total sale. So here's what I mean. I believe 1/3 of the sale is whether they are qualified or not in the first place. I believe the other third of the sale is, are they even bought into your service? Do they even believe in the power of email marketing, Facebook ads, social media marketing, whatever service you're selling? And then the last part of the equation, the last third, that portion of the sale is, can you close them? What is your experience as a salesperson? Can you stimulate their pain points? Can you make it an absolute no-brainer? Can you convey why there's infinite upside with very minimal to no downside? All those things, that plugs into that last third. Now between you and me, the only thing I hear helps is actually pressing that like button for the YouTube algorithm. But all jokes aside, as you start to work with higher ticket clients, those numbers actually shift and reconfigure, and I think it's more 25, 25, 50. 25% of the sale is made up of, are they actually qualified? 25% is, are they bought into it? And the other 50% is, can you close them? Because usually when you're dealing with higher ticket clients, a lot more of the time they're qualified, a lot more of the time they understand the fact that to go from making 7 figures to multi-7 figures a year, or multi-7 figures to 8 figures a year, they're going to need more traffic and more eyeballs on their business. To give you a perfect example with this, I'm actually halfway through signing a client for the agency. They're bought into the service, they're bought into us. In fact, they even know the price. It is genuinely just a logistical issue, which ties into, are they qualified? It's actually a company called Demamuel. I'll pop it up somewhere on the screen. Super cool company, very ethical, high quality skincare company. You can find them when you go to the upper class lounge at Virgin Atlantic, which by the way, in my opinion, is the best business / first class lounge on earth. Full stop. You can find them at some of the best skincare stores all across the UK. So they're a company that's doing pretty well. They're bought in, they want to take things to the next level. They get most of their sales offline rather than online. But our issue right now, and we actually have a follow-up call within the next week, is the fact that they're already at maximum capacity. It's one of those golden handcuff scenarios where even if we brought them more customers, they can't handle it right now. But without disclosing some more intimate parts of their business that obviously shouldn't be sharing, within the next week, that's gonna change. And that takes them from a not qualified lead to a qualified lead, and then they'll come on as a client. So in that scenario, I could be the best salesperson on earth. I could have them sprawling for their wallet to pull out their card, for me to process the payment and for them to become a client of IAG Media. I can handle their objections like an absolute wizard and just be on total fire when it comes to the Department of Sales, but it still would be worth nothing because once again, as I said, that first third of the pie, they're just generally not qualified as it stands. Now things can shift and change and someone who was once not qualified can be qualified. But the reason that I'm telling you this and the reason that I'm starting this video off on this note, in my opinion, agency owners don't realize that a lot of the sale has less to do with their ability to close and sell the client as it has to do with environmental factors, inputs, and the past reference experiences that that client has had with the concept or the notion of your service. So if I could develop one super strength, one strength as an agency owner that far surpasses any others, that would be the ability to set appointments, not the ability to close. You see, the real issue with most agency owners out there is not their ability to make the sale, it is their ability to set enough meetings in order to reach their sales targets for the month. You need to understand that if you have less than 2 meetings a week, you are going to go hungry because with 2 meetings a week, that'll come out to 8 meetings a month. From 8 meetings, whether that be offline or online using something like Zoom, 6 will probably actually show up and have a real meeting with you. 2 will be no shows or flakes or this or that. Now from those 6 meetings, you'll sign 1 to 2 clients. Anything below that and you're going hungry as an agency owner. You can still maintain a successful agency as long as your churn rate isn't super high. But in my opinion, that is where you go into scarcity mode. Because an inability to set meetings actually materializes in your sales itself. You stink of scarcity and the client can smell it from a mile away. And I'm no different. I try to make my agency an open book and show you ways that I've messed up. Now, last March, I actually lost 3 clients in 1 month. In fact, it wasn't even a month, it was 48 hours. I lost my client Oura Ring, Iconic, and another one that I can't talk about. But those 3 retainers totaled shy of 20,000 pounds a month, which comes out to roughly $25,000 a month. And within 48 hours, all 3 of those clients informed me that they'd actually be bringing things in-house, which as an agency owner is something you have to deal with. The way they saw it, the agency fees were way too high. And I've been working with these clients for quite a while at that point. So I understood, but it definitely stung considering how good results we were getting for those clients. I understood the thought process of bringing it in-house, but I was also agitated that they would try to mess something that was working so well. So you need to imagine my mindset right here. I've just lost $25,000 a month. My monthly income has gone down by $25,000, and that's not revenue, that's profit. Because it's not like I fired any employees because I lost 3 clients. I still had the same amount of expenses. So I literally was making $25,000 a month less profit, bottom line, by losing 3 clients in 48 hours. And that had an effect on my sales calls. As I said, I was a little more shaky. I was a little more eager to get to the close. I had more attachment to making the sale. And it's not like my agency was in starvation mode. Yes, we lost just shy of half of my entire agency income in 48 hours. My agency literally went down like 45%, but still I was a very profitable agency. But mentally, it got to me, even as someone who is a more veteran agency owner at this point. So before you obsess on becoming a sales expert, learning the assumptive close, the sharp angle close, or the walkaway close, get to the root of the problem. You need to set more meetings. So ladies and gentlemen, get obsessed, get focused, just make sure you're obsessing over the right thing. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I'm curious, go ahead and leave me any video recommendations that you guys want to see in upcoming videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
So if you rebuke me for working with someone else on a couple of V's, what do you really think of the nigga that's making your beats? I've done things for him.